Can we do it in the decider?
The decider is an extremely important game for us. It's a make or break situation, and the Queenslanders don't want to lose another State of Origin series.
Tonight's match between Queensland and New Zealand is proudly brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken and Metropolitan Paints. Wide World of Sports presents the Winfield Challenge, Queensland versus New Zealand.
Hi, good evening everyone, and welcome to the Winfield Challenge. Well, for some of the Queenslanders, a good chance to have a tough workout before the big one next Wednesday night, the final State of Origin match. And for the Kiwis, they'll be looking forward to the test match against Australia on July the 21st. Let's have a look at both sides now. First up, the Queensland residents team. Colin Scott once again gets the chance to hit the line from the fullback spot, but I'll bet he'll be missing the ball skills of Gene Miles tonight. Coyne and Marshall in there playing in the centres. The Gold Coast Keith G is the newcomer to the forward lineup, and Brian Niebling has a big chance to play himself back into the State of Origin front row. Let's go to the dressing room now, and here's Chris Bombolas.
Queensland captain Wally Lewis. Well, Wally, the boys looking forward to a big match tonight?
Yes, they certainly are, Chris. A lot of the guys having their first game tonight are a little bit nervous about it, of course, but you've got to start somewhere, and a test that's really going to come up against them, of course, is the experience pairing out in the centres to our guys that haven't got much experience, but they're very good club footballers, and they've got the opportunity tonight to prove themselves in higher company, and you can't get much better than playing against the New Zealand side.
Are they G'd up for a big one? It's always a big contest out at Lang Park against the Kiwis.
Yes, they certainly are. Obviously, when a lot of the guys are playing their first game, they're naturally G'd up, but a lot of the other guys remember what a hard game we had against the New Zealand boys in Auckland, and they're certainly not about to let us win this game very easily if we are to win it at all, and I'm sure that we're going to face very stiff opposition.
Rightio, here's the Kiwi lineup, and Dean Bell's 19-year-old centre partner Kevin Iro is one to look out for tonight. Apparently plenty of toe and a stack of promise. Very much an unknown quantity, the Kiwis, but they do have some good form on the board and a very big pack of forwards. The second rower, Dean Lonergan, is the bloke with all the raps. Once again, here's Chris.
New Zealand Test captain Hugh McGahn joining us now. Hugh, the side, how are they going at the moment?
Oh, very well. We had a tremendous training session this morning. The enthusiasm that they showed out there, hopefully they'll take it in the field tonight, and it will be a good spectacle out there.
Well, there's a few guys we've seen here in Queensland before. There's some we haven't seen. Obviously, they're playing for a test jersey.
Well, they certainly are. As you said, there's a lot of jerseys up for grabs this year with the retirement and non-availability of some players. Tonight's game is a stepping stone for them, and I'm sure that they'll do their darnest to cement a place in this test side. As I say, they haven't been seen before, but what they lack in that experience, I'll certainly make for up in enthusiasm.
Well, your commentators tonight, Alan Thomas and Mick Vevers. Let's go out to Lang Park now. Alan, what are your thoughts on tonight's big game?
All right, but I think Queensland might just nick home. Naturally, they're going to miss Miles, but fellows like Peter Coyne, Brett Tyndale, Craig Marshall, I don't think they'll let the team down on some very good tackling pack of forwards. I think Queensland, Mick, maybe by a whisker.
Well, I disagree a little tonight. I think
What's new?
Well, no, I'm sorry about that, but I think Queensland are doing the right thing, blooding these young fellas, but they're all young. You know, you've got Moore, Marshall, Coyne and Tyndale, all in the back line. Good, keen young guys, but they're going up against a New Zealand side, and let's not forget these fellas, they don't like being beaten. We've seen them here on many occasions at Lang Park, and these young fellas are going to know they're blooded.
Good on you, Mick. Well, I'm going with Alan tonight. I think Queensland can win. Whichever way it goes, it's going to be a rip-roaring game of rugby league. We'll be back with all the action in just a moment.
Chicken fillet burgers really drive me wild. They're real special, their own style. The cheese is a melting, the bacon is a sizzling. Chicken fillet burgers from Kentucky Fried Chicken, where the whole joint's a hopping, but we ain't stopping till we get our fill of that chicken breast fillet.
I love the bacon and cheese, Charlie.
I like the breast fillet.
Bacon and cheese?
The breast fillet.
The new bacon and cheese chicken fillet burger from Kentucky Fried Chicken, made special to taste great.
Who are you?
Roderick, Master James, your great-uncle's butler.
But he's been dead for over 30 years.
So have I, sir. But your selection of port.
What do you suggest?
Penfolds Club port, sir. A smooth, mellow port of great character.
Just like my uncle.
Penfolds Club port. By comparison, other ports don't stand a ghost of a chance.
And there's the start by Kevin Iro, who has got very, very big raps on him. He comes from Auckland as Mark Hone goes to ground. And there are very, very big raps on Kevin Iro. And this is Greg Canescu almost getting out of the tackle of Dean Lonergan.
Oh, well done, Canescu. Straight off the bat, catching New Zealand on the wrong foot and running from dummy half. Well done.
Brian Neebly going to ground. Needs a big game tonight to force himself back into the State of Origin side. Lewis almost caught. He's ankle tapped by the 5/8 and Shane Cooper. And they'll be played back to Scott. This is down for Shane Horrow. His brother Mark Horrow's the lock forward. This is his brother Shane. He runs it up. There's a couple waiting for him, and that's not a bad sort of a way to introduce yourself to Lang Park. And that was Peter Coyne. This is Gary Mercer, the fullback. Held on to by Niebling. Taylor. Just outside the quarters where Ross Taylor goes to ground. Lonergan. Dean Lonergan missed high. Eventually taken by G, and Coyne's dazed on the ground. That's the lock, the hooker and Barry Harvey. Last tackle coming up. Peter Coyne on the ground.
It's not looking too well. Had a bit of a hard knock there.
He's caught one very early in the piece. And a big test tonight. There he is, Peter Coyne. Looks like he's got a whack in the scon.
Yes, well, his first tackle was a ripper. 1-on-1. That's the way, as you said, to blood yourself at Lang Park.
Referee Eddie Ward telling both packs to come back. He wants the scrum set.
Here's a bit of a rerun of what happened. Here he goes in and he goes under. And, oh, he hit his head. The ground. On the ground with the head. He's up and away.
This is Mark Elia going the blind side. We know what pace he's got. We saw him play in the Wembley Cup final with St Helens against Halifax. And he scored a blinder of a try, Elia. And he's got the Kiwis back to the halfway mark, and they're on the forward move. It's gone through Freeman, and this is Adrian Shelford. Nice short pass to Sam Stewart. Adrian Shelford, probably the most sought-after player in the Shaky Isles at the moment as they move it to the back line, and the short pass goes to Iro. It's gone back to Dean Bell. He's got Hurrow beside him, and that'll be try number one. No, it's gone forward, said Eddie Ward. Oh, Queensland get out of jail. Shane Horrow was in for all monies.
Oh, well done too by New Zealand. Created the overlap. And I've got to say this, the Queenslanders totally in defence. As you'll see here on the replay, they hang off. It's a bit like watching the Brett Kenny incident in the State of Origin. They hang off. Now this is the pass. Not this one.
Bell.
No, this is the one coming up that they reckon was forward. There it is. Oh, dear me, it doesn't look... Yes, it was. Right on the white line to help us.
Right on the quarterway is now where Queensland will have possession, and Canescu will play it, and it's gone to Niebling. He's hit by Mark Horrow and also Ross Taylor, and he goes to ground. Canescu to dummy half. Lewis reversing to Scott. He's decided to have a run, but he's gone to ground. He's tackled beautifully by Dean Lonergan. And now Lewis will get rid of it. Mark Elia takes it again. He's met by Niebling. And Niebling underneath, and Canescu over the top will put him to ground. Just inside their own territory, the Kiwis almost over for a try. Forward pass, ruled by Eddie Ward. This is Mercer to play it. And now it's with Shelford. And he's tackled by Mark Hone, one of the four diehards players in this team tonight. That's Barry Harvey.
I'm just wondering whether the Kiwis can keep up this pace, because they're playing at a hell of a bat, and they're playing it beautifully.
Freeman chips for Bell. It's a pearler. Bell's met and covered by Lewis. But Gary Freeman and Dean Bell working beautifully. Last tackle coming up for New Zealand. Iro getting out of tackles, still going, and Horrow's put it down. And by golly, Queensland are at 6s and 7s.
I tell you what, this Kiwi side's got plenty of toe and heaps of ability in that back line. I thought the forwards would win it, but I tell you what, here it is on the replay. You didn't see what was going on. That's when he drops it. Defence late to him, and thank God for Queensland he dropped it.
Lewis takes on his opposite number. That's Shane Cooper.
I might add in the background, there's Way Bennett looking a little anxious, and so he well might.
And that's against Freeman coming from an offside position. He's going to give a bit of lip. He hasn't been known in his past to keep his mouth quiet on occasions. The half-back in Gary Freeman. And one thing Eddie Ward won't tolerate is back chat. And Lewis finds touch just about on the halfway mark.
Oh, and Queensland have been out of jail on 2 occasions. Just not being able to finish at New Zealand, and luckily for Queensland.
Greg Dowling tackled by Shelford. Tony Gordon, the New Zealand coach, he'd be very happy with the start his team's got here tonight. And now Brian Niebling getting out of tackles. He's halfway between the quarter and the halfway in his own territory. That's a sloppy play, the ball. And Colin Scott goes to ground. Queensland regroup. Canescu to dummy half. Langer, Keith G. He takes them on up the middle, Keith G. And the boy from Beaudesert goes to ground. Smith has put it down. Lewis back to Langer. Langer tackle, last tackle coming up, and Queensland is organised. Niebling. Tengdale. In went the right hook from Horrow. It was on this side of the ground.
It was right in front of the touch judge. He didn't move. Here it is. Watch the right hand. Here it comes now. But well, didn't go anywhere. Tickled his right rib, Al.
So the changeover as Shelford gets rid of it to Lonigan, and there's a gap out wide. Bell's taken by Clinton Moore, who came in from the wing. Peter Coyne's onto his feet. In fact, Clinton Moore playing in the centres while Coyne gets his senses back. Dean Lonigan goes down the grandstand side. Gary Smith gets Iro and cover defence, and the penalty will go to New Zealand.
Offside. Coyne, Peter Coyne from Queensland, coming in from an offside position.
The New Zealand manager, John Bray, told me today that Kevin Iro is the most exciting player to come out of New Zealand in years. He's played 7 games for Auckland this season. He scored 6 tries.
And I can see why.
And he did play against Gene Miles, Mick, when Queensland went over there, when they played the President's 13 in Auckland. Iro did mark Miles. And John Bray did tell me he was just a little bit quiet and a little bit overawed by marking Gene Miles. But he certainly learned a lot from that. And he's at Lang Park tonight, and Queensland are finally starting to drive back. It's Mark Hone taking care of Gary Mercer. And this is Adrian Shelford with a short pass to Stewart to Bell. Bell goes to ground.
Oh, lovely short passing from New Zealand. They're really on the boil, and they don't look like easing up.
Freeman. He's met by Scott. And Scott will take position just outside the quarter. Keith G. Met by Harvey. And New Zealand have really rattled Queensland in the opening minutes of the game. That one was shoulder high from Shelford as he hit Hone, and now it's gone to Niebling. And Niebling's tackled around the ankles was Cooper, Shane Cooper. Lewis for space. This is for Gary Mercer. Runs it out of his quarter. He's put down by Langer and also Craig Marshall.
They don't look as though they're easing up on this running onto the ball. Probably that's the slowest run we've seen tonight. But New Zealand looking ominous.
Stewart up the middle of the ruck. Put down by Langer and Hone. New Zealand almost to the halfway mark. Cooper inside. Bell hit in a crash tackler by Wally Lewis. The 2 captains say welcome. It's now with Freeman. Lewis has got him, almost had him, and Freeman's looking for support. And on the halfway mark is where New Zealand will play it on the last tackle. Stewart to kick for open space. Horrow, misses, falls over, and Tengdale. Here comes Shelford. Can Tengdale beat him? No, he can't. Adrian Shelford puts him to ground.
Well done, Tengdale. Didn't panic. Took the tackle nicely, played the ball, and they're on with the game. Well done.
Colin Scott. 35 metres out from the line. Niebling, round to Canescu. There's nothing really on here. It's gone to Canescu again, and Coyne's hit. And Queensland went back about 3 metres. Now Lewis decides to spin it to Scott. Clinton Moore had overrun him. And what a crackerjack pace this game's been played at as Mark Hone takes it up on the blind side. Back to Lewis. This is for Mercer. He's taken that well, under pressure, and he's put the ground about 10 metres out from the line. This is Iro, getting out of tackles. He's still going, and it's gone to Mark Elia. Niebling got across, but it went to Iro. Then it's gone to Freeman. Coyne will get Freeman. Good work, Peter Coyne. He gets off him, and New Zealand go on with it. Dowling coming off his chest, but it came off a Kiwi first. Dowling coming back onside. Eddie Ward says play on.
Oh, that was wrong. He was offside. When you're offside, Al, you're offside. If you interfere with the ball or touch it, you're in trouble. But Mr. Ward played on there. That's a little bit amazing.
Wednesday, town folks seek repair.
I want to know if you're going to provide me with protection.
When secret confessions are exposed.
You read that book? Pretty racy stuff.
The bullet hits the wrong target. And the razor-sharp mind is on the scene.
What are you in for? You?
But choosing a Top Gun lawyer can be tricky.
What about Ben Matlock? He can be good.
With a heart of gold.
You will go to jail, but you won't go to jail for murder. Congratulations.
Wednesday, 7:30 on 9.
When your old hot water system gives up the ghost, when the old geezer leaves you like a piece of cold toast, you don't despair, you take advantage of it, yeah.
Install a ring.
Install a ring.
Install a ring. Install a ring.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ring comes on steady, hot and strong. When your old heaters had the gone.
Install a ring. Install a ring. Install a ring.
We didn't know if we could get it over here. So we brought our own.
It's the softest one there is.
But not flimsy, not weak. Understand? He understands all right.
Next.
There's no other tissue this soft. New generation sorbent. Bring your own.
There are special moments that you wish could happen every day. That tender touch, that winning smile, mean more than words can say. And Arnott's chocolate biscuits are the ones they love the best. Tim Tam, mid-slice, fruit and nut, you wouldn't give them less. Yes, Arnott's chocolate biscuits are the ones they love the best.
Come on, Australia. We're counting on you. When you fill out these 2 ballot papers on election day, remember, only numbers count.
Do you come from a land down under?
Now Mercer's going to kick for touch. They're going to keep, well, they have to, of course.
Yes,
it's a differential.
Yes, but
They're going to keep the pressure up here, Mick.
Here comes the pressure, all right. I tell you what, any rehearsed move and Queensland are in a bit of trouble.
Shelford taken on by Dowling and Lewis. And big Adrian Shelford goes to ground. He's about 10 metres out from the try line. It's gone through Harvey and Freeman and the wraparound. Lonigan. He's put to ground. He's tackled by Clinton Moore. Freeman running from dummy half. Queensland nearly on their own try line. Freeman getting up slowly. Lonigan to dummy half through Cooper. And now Bell. The cutout pass to Iro. He's missed by Wally Lewis. He's still going, Iro. He's got that around to Horro. And he is into touch, and Queensland are saved again.
Oh, and just. These guys, they're not worrying about the defence coming at them. Look at this. Watch it. He gets away from Wally. Now watch him get rid of this ball. Around behind the back of the player. Like that. Beat the defence. And I tell you what, thickness of a butterfly's wing. or they would have been in.
Colin Scott to take the ball. So Scott runs it out about 18 to 20 metres out from his line, and then it goes to Gary Smith. Canescu. Horrow dangerously offside, and now Lewis is up the middle. Wally Lewis in the Winfield challenge between Queensland and New Zealand. There's no runners on that side of the paddock as Dowling goes to ground. Now it's Tengdale. He can't get away from the New Zealand defence, and this is the last tackle. Lewis. Mercer taking an age to pick it up, but he does so, but Peter Coyne has again cut him down. Mark Ely to run from dummy half, and around the ankles is Clinton Moore. 0-0 the score. The Winfield challenge at Lang Park with Gary Mercer. Just 24 minutes to go in the first half.
Clinton Moore again tackling well.
Shelford trying to get the pass away. That's the quarter line that he gets tackled on. Freeman, Cooper. Oh, here's trouble. It's on the toe. Will it go over the dead ball line? I say it does. No try. Over the dead ball line by about half a metre.
Oh, not even that. And that's the first mistake they've made under pressure. Look at Tengdale. He knows I can't pick it up. And I tell you what, can't blame him for that. He's stretching everything, but she is out.
By a whisker. And I was quite intelligent football from Tengdale.
Didn't try and pick it up and didn't try and roof it, just said, well, we'll take it on the pop here. Oh, they're trying to get rid of that ball beautifully out. 3 and 5 the errors. Queensland 3, New Zealand 5. And I'd say 4 of those cost them tries.
Now this will be interesting. New Zealand have to give Scott the 5 metres. He's gone up the middle of the ruck, and Colin Scott goes to ground 10 metres inside his own territory. Now it's gone to Langer. Oh, that's been put down. Put down by Craig Marshall. Here's Iro again. Keith G's got hold of him, and the Queensland defence will be tested again. 23 minutes remaining, 0-0 the score. Mark Horrow. Tackle by Hone. Mick, the thing is, can New Zealand keep up the pace? Have they got the fitness to keep going?
Well, we're going to find out.
Gary Mercer's got the fitness, he's got the speed. Wally Lewis just gets him from behind, and that was all. And the New Zealand fullback plays it about 20 metres out from the line. Cooper will pick up. Then it goes to Lonigan. He's up the middle of the ruck, Dean Lonigan, before he's put to ground. Underneath was Gary Smith. It's now with Dean Bell. The wraparounds for Cooper. The kick's too deep. Scott will take it. And he should run it out of his in goal. He does. He runs at 15, 20 metres. He runs it almost to the quarterway. Colin Scott goes to ground, and there's a few Queensland players with hands on hips.
Yes, they're feeling the pinch. They've really had to run and chase.
Outside the quarter, Brian Niebling playing for his state of origin spot here tonight. Just outside the quarter is where the man they call Horse will play it. And now it's gone to Mark Hone, and he's driven across the face of the field before he's put to ground. He's lost it in the tackle. Scrum will form.
Well, they're playing it at one hell of a pace. Score is 0-0. And I really feel that it should be about 8 points to 0 in favour of New Zealand, the way they've started. Queensland have missed 12 tackles and New Zealand 5 to this point.
Cooper, the wraparound of Freeman. He's pushed off Langer. He can't push off Gary Smith. And that's where the New Zealand halfback goes to ground, just outside the quarter. Gary Mercer up the middle of the ruck. Keith G put him down. 0-0 the score. 21 minutes remaining in the first half. Inside from Shelford to Sam Stewart. Sam Stewart put down. And so the pressure still being applied by the Kiwis. Shelford again up the middle of the ruck. They're making these Queensland forwards tackle. Now it's from Freeman. Cooper. Iro.
He's through them again, Iro. Back to Bell. Where are the runners? It's with Harvey. Gary Smith will get him about 5 metres out. The last tackle coming up. Cooper, the chip. Dowling picks it up. Hasn't got bad hands for a big man, Greg Dowling.
Oh, we saw that in the wet in New Zealand. Once again, we see Bennett looking around.
So with half the first half completed, there's 20.5 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 the score, the Winfield Challenge from Lang Park.
Hello Brisbane, I'm Peter O'Brien, the new pilot in the Flying Doctors. This Thursday, the new 1987 series begins.
Okay, band, hit it!
Cooper's Crossing springs to life once more with all your favourite characters, some old,
There's your Queen of the Outback.
some new,
I reckon.
The new radio operator, is he around? No.
some extremely surprising.
Don't tell me, is this Violet Carnegie, the golden oldie, in the nicest possible way?
Violet, this is DJ.
The Flying Doctors, warming the hearts of all Australians, 7:30 Thursday on Channel 9.
Everybody needs a cheque account, but to earn interest, you usually need a savings account as well. And after you've written a few cheques, you have to reshuffle the lot. But with the one account from Metropolitan, all your money is in one account. So even when you write cheques, your money keeps earning interest, and on daily balances. The personal chequebook. It's another part of the one account, for easy access only from Metropolitan.
If the power-hungry National Party has its way, Queensland families are in for a real hammering. Bjelke-Petersen's Nationals have a plan to abolish Medicare, pharmaceutical benefits, the first homeowner scheme, cut education spending, and even put our free hospitals under threat. Joe's not putting Queensland families first anymore. What's the point of a tax cut if the Nationals would give with one hand and take more with the other? On July 11th, put Queensland families first. Put the Nationals last.
Why are Albion Car Centre Brisbane's #1 Volvo dealer, and have been for the last 3 years? What makes people prefer one car dealership over another? After all Volvo dealers greet you at the door and show you what's under the bonnet. Perhaps it's the fact that under our bonnets, we've got something that makes our cars go a little bit faster. You see, at Albion Car Centre, it's our deals that make our cars go fast.
Lewis finds touch after the penalty on the halfway mark, and now it's with Keith G. He's got the pass back to Langer. He's found space. He's got Hone. Canescu. They're about 15 metres out. Langer to dummy half. He's got it back, and that'll be a penalty to Queensland.
Oh, and Langer, I thought Langer would have had a go there and had a little step to have a crack at Mercer, but he didn't. He had a half shot. We might have a quick look at it. No, that's where the misdemeanor happened. New Zealand definitely offside. But prior to that, Langer hit the brake, beautifully put through. And I thought, hello, we'll see this step because he's got a good one, Langer. But he thought he had support, so he went a half-hearted step and shot the ball to the support. But unfortunately, we'll see it here. Here he comes. Off G to Langer now. Oh, he couldn't step because of Eddie Ward. Now, there it is. Oh, he did beat Mercer, but I tell you what, the New Zealand cover defence came from everywhere like a black cloud.
And here's Colin Scott. He's the only man in rugby league at the moment that can kick for goal and end up with 4 points. He did it on Sunday for winner Manly. I think Wally Lewis will be happy just to kick it 2 here tonight. Over. And Queensland hit the lead. They score the first points. They now lead by 2 points to 0. Iro to come back to restart.
He's impressive, this Iro, isn't he? Every time he's touched the ball, the defence has been there and he's beaten it and got the pass away and set them on their way.
Well, this fellow is heading for a test jersey, and providing Gene Miles can come through next week's State of Origin okay, he and Iro will be one sort of a clash. So, Mick, isn't football a funny game? If New Zealand haven't been the better side, I must be watching the wrong game, but Queensland are leading 2-0.
Oh, no doubt about that. They had their golden opportunities. Oh, that was a bit sus. Konescu sort of looking around and not wondering what to do there for a moment.
Porro picks it up. Gets past Craig Marshall. He's ankle tapped him. This is Mercer. I'd say the New Zealanders would be very disappointed to think that they've played so well and haven't got any points on the board. Queensland have done all the defending, and whilst we must praise the New Zealand attack, as we almost saw it again.
That's why they're just a little bit anxious taking the pass and throwing it. Usually it's the fellow receiving it gets a little bit stiff.
Marcone making inroads. Marcone. The Queensland defence has held everything New Zealand can throw at them, and now it's the Kiwis' turn to defend their line. Dowling inside to Lewis. Over the top. It's gone to Coyne. He slipped on the ground. Keith G's got rid of the headgear. He goes to dummy half and he serves Gary Smith. And the Queensland forwards are now going forward.
Well, they were going back the first 10 minutes.
Niebling on the ground, picked up by Shelford. New Zealand have possession. This is Harvey, tackled by Langer. Now it's with Sam Stewart. And the policeman from Wellington goes to ground. Freeman, Cooper. That's not a bad kick. There's no one home. Bell gets the bounce. It's gone to Lonergan, but there's plenty of cover. It's gone over the top to Elia. Mark Elia. Into space, Mark Elia. Where are the runners? Iro. Langer. Great cover. Freeman. Cooper. Shelford. Mercer. They're about 5 metres out, New Zealand. Queensland defend again. Harvey. It's gone through Cooper. It's now with Lonergan. It's over the top to Horro. And that's a try, and that is a well-deserved try.
And I tell you what, Coach Tony Gordon cheers. He's been sitting there like a piece of stone. But boy, haven't they played well. And that is sustained pressure as we go to the replay. Tell you what, a bit of a basketball one coming over the top here. Picks him up nicely. He cracked the defence. And they're elated. And a great try after sustained pressure.
Well, the pass from Lonergan over the top was the one. And Coyne couldn't hang on to Mark Horro. And after his brother Shane had gone close to scoring about 3 tries, Mark ends up getting the ball over the line.
Well, Peter Coyne probably could have hit this fellow just as he was receiving the ball, but possibly due to Brisbane football and refereeing, he hung off that little bit. Well, when you get to this standard, you don't take any chances. You wipe him out. He'll learn, and that's that little bit of inexperience that these young fellas are getting.
Kevin Iro. He's not only a good player, he's supposed to be a pretty handy goal kicker as well. We'll find out.
You put the Jonah on him.
My mail about his goal kicking, not as good as the mail about his general play. No goal. 13.5 minutes remaining in the Winfield Challenge. New Zealand lead Queensland by 4 points to 2.
8:30 Thursday. Rory McDowell guest stars
It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
You must tell me where you find such intricate plots.
on Murder, She Wrote.
I'll kill you!
Head's bashed in, Chief. Are you saying this fellow was murdered?
All I'm saying is that I don't think that he fell out of that window.
Miss Clover, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of Nick Fulton. It's all settled, Miss Clover!
Who will be convicted?
See what she's doing? She's confessing to protect me!
Mother or daughter? Murder, She Wrote, following the Flying Doctors Thursday on 9.
When your old hot water system gives up the ghost, when the old geezer leaves you like a piece of cold toast, you don't despair, you take advantage of it, yeah.
Install a ring!
Install a ring.
Install a ring! Install a ring!
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen.
Ring comes
goes on steady, hot and strong. When your old heaters had to gone.
Aren't remote controls wonderful? You can change channels, fast forward, even pause. Well, the one-account cash card from Metropolitan is like having a remote control for your money. In the branch, it's like fast forward because you can get cash without filling out forms. And guess what? It even works through walls. The cash card. It's another part of the one account for easy access only from Metropolitan.
Give me the simple life.
Now, Queensland have a great chance to put points on the board if they can win the scrum off Langer's feed. They do. It is now with the Emperor of Lane Park, who's found space. He needs a runner. He's found one in Gary Smith, and he's about a centimetre out from the try line. Clinton Moore, Lewis, long past the Niebling. Scott, they move it. Peter Coyne, and Coyne's tackle 15 metres out. Scott to dummy half. Niebling to settle play. 10 metres out from the try line. New Zealand lead 4-2. Langer inside to Craig Marshall. That's 4 tackles gone. Lewis again on the burst to Scott. Last tackle coming up. Lewis, a chip. It's lost. That's a try. Greg Kinescu scored.
That's a try, all right. Played the advantage. New Zealand lost the ball. There's Wayne Bennett. Tell you what, he's got a bit of strain still on his face. But that was definitely a try. No doubt about it. There's Wayne Bennett again. Now watch Wally. He puts the short kick in. Who comes across? The halfback, was it? But I tell you, no, that was a try. Here it is again. Now watch it.
Watch for Freeman. You'll see Gary Freeman coming across there.
He drops it.
And I can't tell from that. Let's have another look.
Well, it's Kinescu who scores. Tell you what, it's
This'll
dodgy.
show it. This'll
He misses
show
it. And, oh, well, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
With the chance of being biased, I think Kinescu scored it.
I thought he did first off.
From that angle, I think he got the voice. I'm just looking for a bit of support in the broadcast box. I got one nod. But anyway, Eddie Ward says it's a try. Queensland lead 6-4 with Scott with the kick to come.
Well, I tell you what, all the luck's going Queensland's way.
Hits it and over. Now Queensland lead 8-4. We'll have another look at it. Mick, when I first looked at it on face value, I thought Kinescu had scored. And when I look at that last angle, I think he may have just got in.
Here it is now. The news. It's still in the air, see? No, Kinescu definitely got it.
Kinescu scored it.
Yep. Definite.
And for my scorer, Andy, who gave me the support, thank you. 8-4 the score. Queensland lead. Just under 10 minutes to go before half-time. And Mick, what a crackerjack game of football.
Oh, it's a rip. It always is with New Zealand. I know, even when we were playing them, you might beat them, but you felt as though you were run over by a runaway bunch of elephants.
Hone. Queensland. Outside their own quarter as Niebling takes it up. And the big man for the big player. You're watching the Winfield State Challenge. Queensland lead 8-4. Langer for touch. Elia, or Iro it is. I lie. I have another go. It's Horro.
Oh, what great defence.
Coyne again.
And Marshall went in beautifully.
This is Shelford. He's got that away to Elia, and he'll be tackled by Gary Smith. Harvey. Freeman. Cooper. Bell. Inside to Lonigan. He's put to ground. Mercer. Scott will take that on the full. A la Ron Barassi. Runs across the face of the field. His ankle tapped by Sam Stewart, and he's eventually finished off by Gary Freeman, by Dean Bell. Now it's Clinton Moore. Kinescu Up the middle goes Keith G. He's got it to Canescu. He's trying to run Langer into a hole, and he passed it in an offside position, and that's a correct decision from Eddie Wood.
Yep, no doubt about that at all.
Canescu was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to run Langer into a hole.
And Langer ran ahead of him.
The hole got too big for him. There he is, Greg Canescu. That's not the best kick in the world, but it finds touch. And now Shelford.
Now, hasn't had a bad game, this Shelford.
No, he's a big chance. In all probability, will go to St Helens next season. This is Dean Lonigan. He's lost it. It'll be picked up by Harvey. Eddie Wood to rule the knock-on with just over 7 minutes remaining. Queensland lead 8-4. And I think Wally Lewis and Wayne Bennett and the team would be happy to go to the break leading by 4 points.
Well, they think themselves very lucky.
Lewis, Langer. There's a hole there for Marshall. Iro gets him, dumps him into the ground. G hit by Shelford. Niebling. Some of these Queensland players will probably not enjoying it at the moment, Mick, but they'll need this big hit out before the deciding state of origin next week, which is one of the reasons why this match is on and why Queensland went to New Zealand. Wayne Bennett wanted them with the tough football. Scott coming in field. G. This is the last tackle. Langer puts it up. Lewis is onside. He's going to go for Mercer. He's dropped it, but picked up again, and that's a knock-on, and Queensland will get the feed.
Pressure was on New Zealand then. They've just slowed down a little, New Zealand. Well, I don't think they could have kept the pace up that they started the game at. Here is the replay. Mercer gets hold of it, and then Dowling finishes him off, and Wally nearly gets hold of the ball, but not quite.
New Zealand win it against the feed. Freeman's come up with possession.
Tell you what, Langer going for that tackle. It looked nearly like a trip. He puts his foot out to flick the guy over it. Wants to stop doing that.
Shelford. He has worked very, very tirelessly in the first half as Adrian Shelford.
Hates a run on a cold day, doesn't he?
Here's Mercer. Iro. Here comes Scott. Freeman's inside. He's floated it, and that'll give Queensland's cover time. And Brett Tangdale comes in. But he shoves him off Freeman. He still keeps going. And Queensland have to regroup. It was that lofted pass that gave Queensland that extra half second of time. Lonigan trying to put Mark Horrow into a gap. He goes to ground. This is the last tackle. Stewart's put it high. Scott will call for it and takes it well under pressure, Colin Scott. That was a marvellous take. Lewis will kick it downfield, and they're going to chase.
No
Freeman's
one's home.
going back. Here's Clinton Moore coming up with Peter Coyne. And Coyne gets Freeman and barrels him.
He's waiting for him to come back onside. That is good tactics. I think he was exhausted from the run.
Well, that was great tactics from Lewis.
Oh, yes, he gained 60 metres straight off. Now, he's holding his head. Here he is. I tell you what, it wasn't a bad... No, I think he... Look at him now. He'll have a little lie down in a minute. There you are. I'll play dead. Oh, he knew no one was home. Good tactics. He's still having a spell.
Well, he's a tenacious little fellow, Freeman. Got his chance at representative football when Clayton Friend was injured a couple of years ago. And I'll tell you what, he's not a bad player.
He's a very good player.
He was
and
supposed
those
to go...
tactics too, Alan. That saved New Zealand from embarrassment, him taking the dive, as we call it.
Well, he was supposed to go to St George at the beginning of the season, but there was some mix-up with his papers.
Well, I'm glad for Manly Warringah's sake he didn't, because he's a great player.
Harvey, Barry Harvey going to ground just outside the quarter. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Queensland lead 8-4 in a game which has been a crackerjack Winfield challenge here at Lang Park. Just imagine what the test will be like in a couple of weeks' time. Mercer. Clinton Moore. He's tackled by Ross Taylor. Colin Scott held onto by Cooper and Elia. Dowling will look for a bit of work here as Canescu takes it up the middle to settle play. Just over 3 minutes to half-time. Coyne kicks. Oh, Horro almost in the horrors. Don't forget, at half-time we'll be telling you how you can win that trip to LA. Robert Bruff will have all the details. 3 minutes remaining in the first stanza. Queensland lead 8-4. Shelford was waiting for a runner. Dean Lonigan putting the ball to ground on the scrum to form. And just before we give you the details of the trip at LA, just remember that the words Long Beach, California might come in handy for the competition. So Queensland don't win the scrum. They give away a penalty.
With 2 minutes to go.
Mercer finds touch on the halfway mark. Exactly 2 minutes to go. Barry Harvey. That's through Freeman. This is Ross Taylor. And Dowling is hurt.
That did hurt.
He's been hit, Dowling. He's getting up slowly to his feet as Lonigan runs onto the ball.
Well, actually, he's trying to, but he can't, Al. There he is.
Back towards Freeman. I think the Kiwis sense they might even be able to get over before half-time. Craig Marshall gets Kevin Iro. Dowling still on the deck.
Knock on.
As Shane Horro knocks on.
It was Dowling coming in defence. I tell you what, these blokes are no slouches. You might have a little look at it. Here it comes now. Dowling comes into...
Ross Taylor.
Taylor now. Wampo. He got the shoulder. Also, he got a face full of boot. But that wasn't it. It was the hit.
Fellow Ross Taylor has been injury plagued throughout his career, the Kiwi front row, as we have a look at Greg Dowling.
Let's have a look. Now, here he is. He's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was shoulder. Nothing but shoulder. And Big GD's thinking that his heart might have stopped there for a minute. But he's up. He's hard.
Onto his feet. There's Greg Dowling. That Ross Taylor, he was selected to tour Great Britain and France in 1985, but he broke his arm over there after only 3 games. He hasn't played any representative football since, Mick. Even last year, his arm didn't come good. He was out of representative calculations, but he's on the field tonight.
He's not going too badly, is he?
Queensland win, and Lewis decides to take them on. He can't get past Cooper and Bell. Gary Smith looking for a runner. He found Dean Bell instead. And over the top was Sam Stewart. Mark Hone. Only 48 seconds to the half-time break. Queensland lead 8-4. Langer, Lewis, Craig Marshall. Oh, gee, that's risky work. Clinton Moore will pick it up, and he goes to ground. Right on the halfway peg, Alan Langer on his own. 27 seconds to go, last tackle coming up. Field goal from Lewis. It doesn't look too bad. It's just wide of the post. Play to come back for the quarterway, and they're made just be enough time for one tackle.
Was well worthwhile from Wally Lewis, that. And he had it plenty of time and took it.
Shelfer takes it forward. Last tackle before the break. That's a knock on. That'll be half time. And at the break, Queensland lead New Zealand by 8 points to 4 in the Winfield Challenge. And as the boys go to the half-time break, we'll go to the sideline, and here's Chris.
Gino, half-time, we're up 8 points to 4. What a crackerjack game.
Yeah, certainly, Chris. It's been played at 100 mile an hour. It's a very rugged defence out there.
You couldn't be out there, but I guess you're enjoying a rest.
Yeah, it's not bad looking at it from up in the grandstand, but my injury's only a minor one, and I'll be back on Wednesday night.
Funny game, football, isn't it? We've done most of the defence here. A couple of times we've been down in the Kiwi quarter, but we're up 8-4.
Yeah, they seem to be throwing the ball around pretty well, both sides actually, and the Kiwis have done most of the attacking, but when we do get inside the Kiwis 25, we have come up with 2 tries, so it's been well worthwhile.
State of origin selection tonight, any of the Queenslanders impressed you?
I think Brian Niebling's got a very big point to prove, and I think he's done 40 minutes of it just there now, and you know, all he has to do is maintain that form, and I'm pretty sure, you know, it's going to make it hard for the selectors to leave him out.
A lot of people want to know how Gene Miles' ankle injury's going. How is it?
Yeah, real good, Chris. I've had heaps of treatment on it over the last couple of days, and the swelling's finally starting to go down. So, you know, over the next few days, I'll have the same treatment, and I'll be right by Friday to train with the side.
Test centre Gene Miles looking forward to the second half of what's proving to be a great game.
And at half-time in the Winfield Challenge between New Zealand and Queensland, Queensland lead New Zealand by 8 points to 4.
Chicken fillet burgers really drive me wild. And they're real special, their own style. The cheese is a melting, the bacon is a sizzling. Chicken fillet burgers from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, the whole joint's a hopping, and we ain't stopping till we get our fill of that chicken breast fillet.
I love the bacon and cheese, Charlie.
I like the breast fillet.
Bacon and cheese?
The new bacon and cheese chicken fillet burger from Kentucky Fried Chicken, made special to taste great.
Fires in high-rise buildings are a giant problem. Not only putting the fire out, also getting the people out. Safely, orderly, without panic. Now, David Bird and his team at FFE, a member of the James Hardie Industries Group,
We'll evacuate level 17.
have developed a unique people warning and evacuation system. A simple system that will soon set the standard in every new building. James Hardie Industries, the name behind the names, like David Bird.
Say hi to the newest Hyundai XL fully imported hatch. This roomy Italian design hatch at just $10,490 is Australia's best value 1500cc car. Compare new Hyundai XL with the competition. $10,490, easily Australia's best new car value. And it's
Solid.
say hi to the new Hyundai XL at your nearest Hyundai dealer today.
Something is wrong when the people who've spent their lives securing Australia's future have trouble securing their own. When this country's future don't think they have a future. When families are sinking deeper into poverty. When the safest place on earth is threatened by foreign nuclear bases. Australia's democratic future depends on the Democrats.
For social and economic justice, for a safe and secure future, you can depend on us.
Thursday on The Vice, a high-class party is disrupted by fanatical commandos.
Open the safe. I can't!
Kill them! You got a dead cop. I don't need a damn history lesson. I need help.
Crockett, desperate for clues.
You better find them, Money Burnett. You're a dead man.
Has he pushed his luck too far this time?
Crockett was supposed to call 3 hours ago.
Miami Vice, now Thursday, 9:30.
Crockett's coming.
On Channel 9.
Well, at half-time, Queensland leading New Zealand by 8 points to 4. Let's go now and have a look at the statistics of the first half. Now we see that New Zealand have the penalties 4-3, scrums going to Queensland 6-3. There have been 2 tries scored, 1 each, 2 goals kicked for Queensland, and at half-time that 4-point lead, Queensland 8 and New Zealand 4. Well, there's no doubt about it, the Kiwis certainly had the best of play, particularly in that first half, where they could have scored 3 or 4 tries. Let's go now to the highlights of the first half.
The short pass goes to Iro. It's gone back to Dean Bell. He's got Horo beside him, and that'll be try number 1. No, it's gone forward, St Eddie Ward. Iro getting out of tackles, still going, and Horo's put it down. Freeman, Cooper. Oh, here's trouble. It's on the toe. Will it go over the dead ball line? I say it does. No try. Freeman, Cooper, Shelford, Mercer. They're about 5 metres out, New Zealand. Queensland defend again. Harvey. It's gone through Cooper. It's now with Lonigan. It's over the top to Horo. And that's a try, and that is a well-deserved try. Langer. Inside to Craig Marshall. That's 4 tackles gone. Lewis again. On the burst is Scott. Last tackle coming up. Lewis. A chip. It's lost. That's a try. Greg Konescu scored.
That's a try, all right. Played the advantage.
Well, as you know, the 4th State of Origin game is being played in California at Long Beach, and this is how you can win the prize to LA.
5 nights.
Prize to be won, and a great game at Lang Park. We'll be back, of course, with the second half in a few moments. And don't forget, at the end of tonight's big game, we'll have both the Queensland and New South Wales State of Origin sides. We'll be back with more of the Rugby League action in just a moment.
As evening falls across Brisbane, the day's work is over. And now, everyone is coming home to National 9 News. Weekdays at 6, Bruce Page and Robin Parkin present Brisbane's most watched news program. 9 News is there from local issues to the politics of our nation. The tragic to the winning spirit of human nature. This is National 9 News, followed by Willisey. That makes the perfect balance, number 1.
Everybody needs a cheque account. But to earn interest, you usually need a savings account as well. And after you've written a few cheques, you have to reshuffle the lot. But with the one account from Metropolitan, all your money is in one account. So even when you write cheques, your money keeps earning interest, and on daily balances. The personal chequebook. It's another part of the one account, for easy access only from Metropolitan.
You can help the Royal Children's Hospital Foundation raise $500,000 just by shopping at Woolworths supermarkets and making savings like these. Papa Giuseppe's Pizzas, $2.99. You save 70 cents and we give 5 cents. Sunsilk shampoo and conditioner, $1.99. You save $1, we give 5 cents. Chick Snappies assorted sizes, only $5.49. You save $1, we give 6 cents. And every time you save at Woolworths supermarkets, you help the Royal Children's Hospital Foundation care for kids.
Thank you.
Second half of the Winfield Challenge at Lang Park. Queensland lead 8 points to 4. And as Wally Lewis kicks off, we've already got a change at half-time in the Queensland side.
Big one, Ali, a really big one.
We'll have the report coming up from Chris Boblis in just a moment. New Zealand making a mistake, and Queensland to feed about 15 metres out from the New Zealand quarter. Okay, Queensland win the scrum. There's a gap for Scott. It's closed pretty quickly, or has it? He's almost at the quarter way before he's put to ground. Lewis to dummy half. G dumps Freeman over the top of him. G's come off second best. Niebling putting it down. New Zealand come up with possession. We'll go to the sideline. And, Chris, there's a big change in the Queensland side.
Yes, Alan, Greg Dowling didn't come out for the second half. He's been replaced by Tony Ray. The word on Dowling, he has concussion and not feeling very well at all at the moment. At half-time, the coaches both very confident of success. Wayne Bennett, he said that if they continue to play the way they have been, they will definitely win, the Queenslanders, that is. And in the Kiwi camp, Coach Tony Gordon said the Queenslanders are slow to recover. He said take advantage of that. no silly passes, control the ball, and that they can definitely win. So that's it from the sideline, Alan.
Right. Tony Ray on for Greg Dowling. Ray going to dummy half. There he is in your screen, number 15. And now it's with Mark Hone.
Those Queensland forwards will have to work hard now, and you'll see Brian Niebling, Horse, have to come into his own.
Peter Coyne back to Lewis. Then it's gone to Clinton Moore. He'll come inside. He's almost to the quarter. He'll go to ground, and this will be the last tackle coming up. Lewis to dummy half. Langer. Up it goes. New Zealand take it well. They've lost it.
G's stolen it from them.
Keith G's come up with possession. Inside the quarter, Queensland have it through Ray, and it's now with Lewis. He'll score. They won't stop the King. He's over. The Emperor of Lane Park is in, and Queensland now go to a lead of 12 points to 4.
Oh, beautifully done by Ray. That wasn't Wally's try, that one. That was Ray's try. He picked it up beautifully. Watch this. There's Ray with the ball. He immediately cut out the player. Wally had him beaten before he received the ball. And I tell you what, Wally's still got plenty of toe.
Mick, have a look at the acceleration he shows to get around Taylor here. He just took off.
He tucked his bottom in as he went.
And Tony Ray on the field for only 5 minutes, not even that long. There he is.
And he sets it up beautifully.
Sends it to Lewis. He gets around Cooper, outside of Taylor.
Wally wasn't going to lure it. He was set.
No hope for Mercer. Lewis in to score. And Queensland off to a great start in the second half. They lead by 12 points to 4 with Colin Scott. He's kicked 2 from 2, lining up to try and make it 3 from 3.
Marvellous. And I tell you what, being a player, it's very hard to come on, especially when you're replacing a player of Dowling's standard, to settle in quickly. Ray has done it at 100 miles an hour. It was beautifully done.
Scott from touch. That's not half close. So after 5 minutes of play, Queensland lead in the Winfield State Challenge. They lead New Zealand by 12 points to 4. Back comes Iro to restart from the halfway.
Bennett looking just a little bit steadier up in the grandstand there, as we saw.
Well, that would be more to a better start of this half than what Queensland had in the first, because New Zealand came out and threw everything at them. And Queensland only had to defend. In the first, I suppose, 10 minutes of the match.
They didn't do it too well, I might add, either.
Craig Marshall. What a big night it is for this 20-year-old from the Seagulls diehards. Mark Hone tackled by Cooper.
There has been some good individual defensive performances out there from Queensland. On a couple of occasions, Tyndale has been left with 3 New Zealanders coming at him and has pinged the man with the ball, and that's hard to do in rep football, and he's done it well.
Colin Scott's away. It's gone to Langer. He's looking for support. He's found Keith G, but he'll be hit shoulder high, I'd say, by Dean Bell. The crowd are roaring. They didn't like the tackle. It looked all right to me. Langer, Lewis, floats one. It's knocked forward. Referee says play on.
That's a knock on.
Mark Ely is going to score.
Oh, that's off a mistake. That was a knock on. The crowd's booing.
Mark Ely under the post.
And he shakes his head, does Gordon. Oh, let's have a look at that. It came off a New Zealander. It was definitely knocked forward. Will, as the rain begins to fall down and cool things down a bit, here it is. Watch it. Touched. Oh, he was right. And I was wrong. Touched by a Queenslander. Eddie Ward was right on. I thought it was a New Zealander that had touched it. And so did a lot of Queenslanders, but they were wrong. It missed.
Once Mark Ely gets into a bit of space, he can shut the gate.
Looks as though he runs with a bit of a limp. He's got a funny style of running. Tell you what, doesn't look too funny to the New Zealand contingent here. I wish I had a lip like that. I moved as quick. So the try converted. Queensland lead 12-10. Here it comes. There's the conversion. And so we have a ball game and a half on our hands here on the Winfield Challenge. New Zealand back with a new lease of life after a Queensland error. Queensland lead 12-10, and this is Shelford. And then he's unloaded to Harvey, and Harvey's tackled by Mark Hone. Horrow to Scott. And Freeman, he doesn't miss too many. Gary Freeman. Clinton Moore. It's with Brian Niebling on the short side to Mark Hone. And Hone takes it 10 metres inside Kiwi territory. Canescu from dummy half. He's looking for a runner. Hone backs him up. He can't get the hands free. Langer was on his tail. Lewis. Marshall. Missed high by Dean Bell. He loves to come in high, Bell. He's got a caution on the run from Eddie Ward. Coyne for touch, and that's a ripper. Well, we haven't had an opportunity to see Coyne kick, but he's in the vintage of Wally Lewis. That was a ripper. He hit it, and it was low and hard, and it touched down in infield about 1.5 meters in and went swish straight out. Queensland could go on the attack here. New Zealand will come up with the ball. Cooper, he's tackled by Tony Ray. Mark Horrow, tackled again by Tony Ray. Those Kiwis are getting their tails up a bit, I tell you. Mercer getting rid of it. It's down Scott's throat, and there is a bit of room out wide. Oh, he's thrown one to Clinton Moore. Under a bit of pressure, Moore put it down, and Elia put him down well and truly. The crowd hooting and roaring. Nothing wrong with the tackle. Nothing wrong with the pass, quite frankly. Oh, a little bit behind him, and as he's gone for the ball, he's copped a mouthful of forearm. Most unpleasant on any sort of night. Clinton Moore gets attention. We'll remind you that after 9 minutes on the second half of the Winfield Challenge, Queensland lead New Zealand by 12 points to 10.
This Sunday night at the movies, housewife Kathy Palmer will do anything to live the life of her dreams.
Kathy Palmer's disappeared.
Something that you want to know about this woman.
He thinks she's a character in a book.
Someday you'll thank me for that.
Thank you very much. I don't know what it is you've got, but I think it's contagious.
Oscar nominee Tom Conti stars with the talented JoBeth Williams in the comedy thriller American Dreamer. Premieres Sunday, 8:30 on Channel 9.
When your old hot water system gives up the ghost, when the old geezer leaves you like a piece of cold toast, you don't despair, you take advantage of it, yeah.
Install a ring!
Install a ring!
Install a ring! Install a ring!
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen, ring comes on steady, hot and strong. When your old heaters have the gone,
Install a ring! Install a ring! Install a ring!
Vino, signore.
Just acqua minerale, per favore. The vino's thrown in, I see.
Vino bianco contro vino rosso.
Let me through, please. I'm a British Airways steward. Here, sir. You can borrow this one.
Everyone at British Airways is trained to an extraordinarily high standard in the art of caring for people. And wherever they are, they always remember it.
Thanks. There's a lot riding on this meeting.
Well, at least you won't get taken to the cleaners.
Ah, buongiorno.
British Airways, the world's favourite airline.
Queensland are 10 metres out from the try line. Scott will play it to Langer.
Craig Marshall straight ahead past Freeman. He's held on to. He's only 5 metres out. Queensland lead by 12 points to 10. Mark Hone inside to Lewis. Lang has picked it up, and now it's with Gary Smith, and he's met by Bell, and he's put the ground 12 metres out from the try line. Langer kicks. Shelford knocks on, and Queensland will come up with a feed about 2 metres out from the line.
Wasn't the best kick from Langer. The idea is correct, but it just didn't go in the right direction. But there's the knock on.
Langer to feed. Queensland come up with it. Langer himself. Langer for the line. A metre out, he goes to ground. Lewis will go to dummy half. On the bounce. Scott's with it now, and he's tackled by Bell, but he'll stand in it. It goes to G. A long pass to Tengdale, who's knocked it on. And it goes into touch.
Worth the try from G. Definitely worth the try. As you can see, here's the long one. Not the easiest one for Tengdale to pick up, especially when he knows there's a black and white Guernsey coming and doesn't know when it's going to hit.
And there was plenty of New Zealand cover coming. Freeman to feed. On the blind side to Horrow. That's Shane Horrow. He's tackled by Brett Tengdale. Shelford. Oh, that's a nice tackle. That was Brett Tengdale who effected that tackle in company with Hone. And now Sam Stewart's got the ball. And Gary Smith and Brian Niebling have him. It's now with Freeman. Pass has gone loose. Queensland will come up with the ball. New Zealand have it back. So it is 6 to go. This is Harvey. It's tackled by Langer. The Kiwis on a roll. Adrian Shelford running it straight at Gary Smith, and he's got the pass. Away to Horrow, and Horrow's tackled 10 metres inside his own half. The blind side. Kick over the top. Play on's the call. Lonergan trying to get his hands free. He can't do so. The halfway mark's in the middle of your picture. Now it's moved through Bell. That's shades of Lane Park, an 85, Dean Bell. That's how he scored in the test against Australia. He opened them up at 85. He nearly opened Queensland up there. He's dummied. He's got the pass to Iro. He's got Elia, and Elia will score. That's a good New Zealand try. And the Kiwis hit the front. They now lead by 14 points to 12.
Oh, and beautiful football, New Zealand. Absolutely spot-on stuff. And that Kevin Iro is just something. There he is with the ball. He's something to behold. Here they go. Now, once again, it was Bell who created the gap beautifully. Iro runs onto it, just runs through the tackle as though they're not there. Draws Scott beautifully. Scott was committed. Didn't take Iro, didn't take him either, but didn't take anybody in the end, and that's unfortunate. And New Zealand score right beside the post. Look at this by Bell. Beautifully set up.
Clinton Moore, he was brushed away by Iro if he wasn't there. Scott left in 2 minds. He tried to do the right thing, but Elia too much pace. And here's Iro to kick. And
I tell you what, a good replay. Here it comes again. Now watch Bell. Look at that. Took him out of the play. Canescu gets to him. Iro just says ta-da. Now that was a good try by New Zealand. And they take it right round to rub salt into the wound.
Iro made no mistake.
Here's the extra 2 points coming up.
And so New Zealand now lead Queensland by 16 points to 12. Shelford taking it forward again. He's had a game and a half, Adrian Shelford.
Looks an awkward-looking player and just as hard to put on the ground.
Mercer for touch, but it'll come in field and be taken by Scott. And he'll be taken by Ross Taylor and also Sam Stewart. Clinton Moore from dummy half. Mark Horrow and Ross Taylor put him to ground. 2 tries to Mark Elia tonight.
And he can score a try, Mark Elia. Rain tumbling down here at Lang Park, making that ball just a bit slippery as Wally puts the boot to it for the touch.
And it will get there. Yes, it does. Now, will the touch judge rule that Mercer touched it before he went out or after he went out?
After.
I'd say after.
Here it is. We'll have a little look anyway. But I'm sure that he touched it after it went out. Watch this. Yes, out. And then he touched it.
And so Freeman will feed the scrum. I mean, just getting back to Mark Elia. He's played 24 games for New Zealand, including 6 tests. He scored 16 tries. They'll make it 18 after tonight as the penalty goes to Queensland. So he can score a try, that boy.
Yes, he's no slouch.
Lewis is going to kick for touch. He taps it for touch. And about 10 metres out from the try line is where the Maroons will endeavour to get over. This is Gary Smith taking it forward. He goes to ground only 2 metres out. 16-12 the lead for New Zealand. Canescu 3 metres out. Mark Langer goes to dummy half. Keith G. And the New Zealand defence to the fore. Now it's gone to Langer. Lewis. Craig Marshall. He's tackled 2 metres out. Lewis is calling for the ball on the same side. He's got it now. It's gone with Scott. Tony Ray will pick it up. Gary Smith with the ball. And New Zealand defence well and truly to the fore. Last tackle coming up. Lewis kicks forward. And he gets out of his in goal. That's not bad work from Shane Horrow. He got out of his in goal by a breath.
They haven't gone too far there now.
Mick, New Zealand's defence very good on that tackle of 6.
They've definitely surprised me once again. I said they might get away as we see their coach, Tony Gordon, looking on. He must be pleased with them.
Taylor going to ground. This is the last tackle coming up. And this is for Mercer. Ray's trying to chase him. That's a kick which hasn't gone far. Lewis will pick it up. He gives it to Scott. And Scott standing in tackles. But eventually he's wrestled to the ground. Dean Bell and Barry Harvey were the two. Craig Marshall tackled by Cooper. Kiwis forcing Queensland back about 10 metres, and Keith G decides to settle things just over the halfway mark. New Zealand leads 16-12. Where are the runners? There isn't any. Canescu's barreled to ground.
Well, actually, I think Canescu got himself into that trouble then. He just didn't pass it straight away.
Coyne's got one over the top to Tingdale, and the New Zealand cover well and truly got him nailed. Horrow was there. So was Lonigan, and now Coyne to kick for touch. Will it roll? Will it roll? No. Doesn't find touch. Shane Horrow tackled. Put down by Keith G. Queensland desperately trying. As ball's loose, who is it? Knocked back. New Zealand have possession. They're a bit lucky there, McVivers.
Yes, terrible pass. They're really struggling to get out of their quarter.
Queensland are desperately trying to keep them there, to keep the pressure on. (16-12) Queensland lead as Mercer plays it. They didn't go anywhere in that particular tackle.
They should have.
Harvey's hurt.
They should have kicked it on that occasion.
Last tackle coming up, and they will kick this one. It's a cross field. Tingdale, someone better pick it up. And he goes to ground, so they have forced Queensland 10 metres inside their own half. Colin Scott. One detects the Kiwis have got their tail up, Mick.
Yes, they're tough to roll.
Peter Coyne. Canescu. G. Langer on his own, and the last tackle coming up. Queensland have gone only about 20 metres and 5 tackles. Lewis has kicked for Clinton Moore. Iro takes the ball, evades Moore. Niebling comes across in cover. The pass has gone loose. New Zealand come up with it. That was good work from Brian Niebling, and he's hurt Iro. He's down injured. Kevin Iro is hit by Brian Niebling, and he's not to his feet as yet. And now Freeman's hurt. The cramps are starting to come. Mercer, I should say. 19 minutes to go on the match. New Zealand lead in the Winfield Challenge. They lead Queensland by 16 points to 12.
Chicken fillet burgers really drive me wild. They made real special, their own style. The cheese is a melting, the bacon is a sizzling. Chicken fillet burgers from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, the whole joint's a hopping, but we ain't stopping till we get our fill of that chicken breast fillet.
I love the bacon and cheese, Charlie.
I like the breast fillet.
Bacon and cheese?
The breast fillet.
The new bacon and cheese chicken fillet burger from Kentucky Fried Chicken, made special to taste great.
Aren't remote controls wonderful? You can change channels,
Fast forward.
even pause. Well, the one-account cash card from Metropolitan is like having a remote control for your money. In the branch, it's like fast forward because you can get cash without filling out forms. And guess what? It even works through walls. The cash card. It's another part of the one account for easy access only from Metropolitan.
Give me the simple life.
Monday night at the movies.
She loves sex.
Two teenagers with very little in common.
How would you like to have a sexual encounter so intense it could conceivably change your political views?
Except that each has someone waiting in California.
There's a certain someone here I want you to meet.
For Walter, the girl of his dreams, a guaranteed sure thing.
Just let me sleep a while, regain my strength.
For Allison, her boyfriend's a respectable, safe thing.
How about a good hot mug of China Black?
The Sure Thing premieres Monday, 8:30 on 9.
And now it's Taylor. There's a lot of calling and talking and screaming and yelling going on out there. Half the time I wonder how they understand what anyone's saying to each other. Penalty Queensland.
Right in front.
Against Freeman. Lewis is going to keep the pressure on. He kicks for touch again.
Oh, he's taken a big punt here, Wall. A big punt.
Queensland want to get over the try line. Keith G takes it forward, rolling in the tackle. He's a metre out. He gets to his feet. It's through Canescu and Langer. Lewis, can he find a runner? He's standing in the tackles. That's gone forward. That'll be a scrum.
He was called to play it. That's what the scrum's about. Eddie Ward called play it, and Wall passed it. Here it is. He's held on to, and that's more protection for Wally and other. Oh, I tell you what, one let go in the background there too.
Freeman about to feed the scrum. New Zealand come up with it. And as we go to the sideline, we have a replacement. Here's Chris.
Yes, thank you, Alan. Wayne Wallace, number 15, waiting to get on the field for the Kiwis. He's going to replace Dean Lonergan.
There he is. Can't get on the field and getting a bit towy.
New Zealand in possession. Sam Stewart takes it over the quarter. Queensland have 15 minutes to wear the Kiwis down. That could be out on the full. Not could be. It's out by the proverbial mile. And so Queensland have a chance to attack again. Wallace on the field. wearing number 15. Number 10, Dean Lonigan, is off. Langer to feed.
Peter Gill's on.
Queensland's ball.
Tyngdale's gone.
Lewis. Langer. He's tackled by Dean Bell. He is a ball and all tackler, Dean Bell. Lewis to dummy half. Scott. There's no one at home for Queensland. They're all up in the attacking line. Colin Scott taken 22 metres out. Mark Hone. G. Reverse to Langer. Lewis. A nice pass for Clinton Moore, but the cover's too quick. He was never going to go any more than 5 metres before he was tackled by Sam Stewart. Lewis on his own. Langer. G. Have they got the numbers? Scott will have to fall on it. He's still going, Colin Scott. The pass has gone inside. It's gone forward, a scrum to form.
Gill knocking on. Just came on the field. There he is, number 14. I tell you what, here it is. You'll see a bit of basketball. Scott recovers this, does well. Actually, the New Zealand defence fell out of the road, and Gill makes one hell of a mess of it. And Niebling down in the background for Queensland.
New Zealand come up with possession. That finds touch. Peter Gill on for Brett Tyngdale.
There he is.
A Brothers utility player. He's gone into the fullback spot by the look of it. He has. Colin's gone to the wing. Colin Scott.
Scotty will be thinking he's a bit of a speedster. There's young Tyngdale. He's had a good game too.
The last time these two teams met in 1984, Queensland defeated New Zealand 18-14, and New Zealand, that's a penalty to New Zealand for obvious reasons. New Zealand scored 3 tries to 2 on that occasion, but it was the kicking of Mel Meninga. He kicked 5 goals from 6 attempts, and it was the first time that Mel Meninga captained a Queensland side.
This could be a very costly mistake by young Lee there, letting New Zealand come into Queensland's half and go on the attack.
Well, they haven't been down here for so long. As Ross Taylor takes it forward, Queensland have done all the attacking, and New Zealand have adequately accompanied them. There is 12 1/4 minutes remaining in the match. It's now through Freeman, Cooper. Freeman with a bit of room to move, standing in tackles, Gary Freeman. He's eventually gone to ground by Gary Smith. Cooper, Shelford.
Why, gee, that Kiwi call's coming across.
And so is Mercer, and it's gone to Stewart, and he gets to Lewis, and Lewis will drive him back on the tackle. The chant, Kiwi, Kiwi. Stewart getting to his feet to play the ball. They're just outside the Queensland quarter of New Zealand. There's the kick. It's anybody's. It's a try.
Oh, I feel for Gill.
It's a try. Mark Horrow scores his 2nd try. And New Zealand now race to a lead of 20 points to 12.
Oh, watch this. Watch Gill fall over. Here he goes. He's in the bottom of your picture. Watch it. The ball bounces and he slips. Now that is just the fact of life. You can't get away from it, and he must feel ill, does Gill.
There's the kick.
Oh, you got to feel for him, Al. Watch it. Look, a bad bounce.
The bounce beat him everywhere.
Yeah, and he couldn't believe it. It was just a terrible bounce. Here we go again. The Gill family in Toowoomba would be feeling a little bit ill watching this. But, oh, dear, I feel... Look at that.
Well, they've done all the defending, New Zealand, for the majority of the match. Majority of the half, as Iro adds the extras, and so now it's 22 points to 12 in favour of New Zealand. They've held out Queensland, and so often you see it, Mick, when a team can successfully defend, when they get into the opposition's territory, they invariably score.
Well, that's true. I told you that mistake by Tony Ray would cost Queensland. Well, it really did dearly in the long run.
Wallace kicking out on the full.
Hello, have a look at that. That's the Kiwi charm. I believe he's given it a little peck, as Mr. Tony Gordon. He'll wear it to bed for the rest of his life.
Now it's Queensland feed. Langer looking to try and find a bit of space. He's tackled by Wayne Wallace. Queensland again at the Kiwi quarter. The Kiwis lead 22-12. That's off Marshall. And that's a mistake. I don't think the pass was for Marshall. In fact, he almost took it in an offside position. New Zealand downfield. How's the bounce? The bounce is all right. That's touch. Scrum to form. Just outside the Queensland 22. There is just under 9 minutes remaining. New Zealand have scored 4 tries. 2 to Mark Horrow, 2 to Mark Elia. 2 tries to Queensland, 1 to Canescu and 1 to Lewis. Canescu to dummy half, through Lewis, and then Coyne. Now to Marshall, and Marshall's tackled. With Lewis again, short pass to Gary Smith, and he's solidly met by the New Zealand defence. 10 metres on their own side of the halfway mark is where Queensland have possession. Mark Hone. That's the halfway mark in the left side of the picture. Lewis. That's come off a New Zealand player. This could be anyone's ball. It'll be a Kiwi ball. It'll be with Iro. He can't get away from Langer, who holds on to him, and also Peter Gill. And Iro's injured. The Queensland crowd not agreeing with Mark Iro. Going down. He's done enough tonight to suggest to me, Mick, that he could nearly force his way to the test side, Iro.
Yes, every time he gets the ball, listen to him. Kiwi, they're really keen. They come out of the woodwork when they come over here. Look at it. 2/3 of this crowd's from New Zealand. But, he's impressed tonight. And he does everything with that nonchalance that marks a great player. He's been brushing aside the boys in the back line of Queensland. You know, Coyne, Marshall and Moore. Just, they'll learn from this.
So Iro plays the ball, and New Zealand in centre field, 10 metres outside their own quarter, where Shelford takes on the Queensland pack, and they can't put the big second rower to ground. Mark Horrow with the ball. There are a few end-setters in the crowd here tonight. Clinton Moore will chase that. He's got his brother's clubmate and Peter Gill. He takes the tackle. Keith G will be first man off the ruck. He takes it forward 10 metres. Queensland running out of time. 6.5 minutes remaining. Scott. I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with the Kiwis' fitness either, Mick. They're all over the park.
Yes, they're running on strongly.
Queensland throwing it at will, looking for an overlap as Peter Coyne comes back in field. Niebling will take this up the middle of the ruck. And that was a pass to nothing.
Suicidal, that one.
It went to one of the toughest blokes on the field, Canescu, and now to Clinton Moore. Over comes the cover of Iro. Also there was Elia. Honed a dummy half. Coyne will kick for touch, and that should win. It does right on the quarterway. It beats Mercer. And Queensland again in an attacking position if they can win the scrum.
5 minutes to go, and if they score now, Queensland, they've still got a chance. Although, I have to say this, New Zealand's defence all night has been rock hard.
22-12, New Zealand lead. Freeman takes it away before he's tackled by Tony Ray. And both packs of forwards getting up slowly from the scrum. And still the chant keeps going, Kiwi, Kiwi. Wallace standing in the tackles, back to Bell. He's got out of the tackle of Mark Honey's missed by Marshall. He stands in the tackle. And so the Kiwis get to the quarterway. Inside their own territory. Cooper clears a big kick. Gill lets it bounce. He won a hurry, it's heading for touch. That kick has gone the best part of about 60 metres as Gill takes it back over the quarterway. Not many errors, the difference in the match. The Kiwis have made one more in the error department, but they've scored 2 extra tries. They've scored 4-2. Canescu, Langer, Alan Langer, Lewis, quick hands, it's gone to Marshall. He's hit high and given almost a rabbit killer by Iro.
Yes, he possibly has, but tell you what, Marshall's coming infield. There's the Kiwis all booing and hooting. Oh, there's a big crowd of them. But young Marshall, he'll learn. He must try and beat the man on the outside.
Niebling taking it towards the quarterway. He goes to ground. Blindside for Lewis. He's looking for a runner. Inside to Canescu. G, they've gone back to where the defence is stacked. G, 20 metres out from the try line.
Had a good game, G.
Langer.
So has he.
Tackled by Taylor.
Young Langer had to go all night, he has.
Now it's with G. Again, he goes towards the sticks. Holding a player without the ball. Lewis, I think, will just take the tap.
3 minutes to go. A little bit over 3 minutes.
Canescu will take it and charge it straight ahead. Now it's reversed to Lewis, to Ray, to Gill, to Clinton Moore. That's a try. Queensland are in, but will time beat them? There's only 3 minutes remaining. New Zealand now lead by 22 points to 16.
Here it is. Wally gets it. Puts it out. Well done. Once again, it was Ray who handled it. And then quick hands from Gill. And Gill has set up a try to make up for the one that he missed. Ray, here he is. Takes the ball, Tony Ray. Gill just takes 2 men out of play. That was well done by Gill, because these Kiwis are hard to get out of the play. I'll give you the good drum. And it's just a pity. Here it is. Watch Gill. He hands it on. Watching, had his eyes on the ball all the time.
Colin Scott, a metre in from touch. That's no goal. And with 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining, New Zealand lead by 22 to 16. You're watching the Winfield Challenge on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Tell you what, the Kiwis, for the first time, are not running up quickly, idling up. Nothing wrong with that. That's tactics.
Well, you'd be doing the same, wouldn't you?
Oh, especially if things were as tough as they've been tonight and points as hard to get as they have been. Oh, it's been a great game, Al. Really great game. New Zealand have packed it into them. And this Kevin Iro is a real eye-opener. But he's had great support with Mark Elia and Dean Bell, the captain. Bell, a real shrewd player. And Cooper, the 5'8", had a good game for New Zealand. They all played well, but I'd say Iro has stood head and shoulders above them all. And the New Zealand forwards have played well. Adrian Shelford just kept going all night, number 9, second rower, piling it on. Taylor, Harvey, Sam Stewart, the front rower, had a big game. And Lonergan's no slouch either. For the Queenslanders, Gary Smith really tried hard all night, as did Mark Hone. Keith G, with the ball, has tried very hard indeed. And Alan Langer had a magnificent game. He's tried everything to crack that New Zealand defence. It didn't come off because it's really terrific defence. And they've kept it up all night, Alan.
They've kept it up all night. There's 40 seconds remaining, and Queensland are throwing everything at the Kiwis. Lewis, a short pass. It's gone to Hone. That could be New Zealand's ball. It's 6 to go. Coyne will dive on it. 6 tackles to go. 30 seconds remaining. New Zealand lead 22 to 16. It's with Lewis. They're going to throw it far and wide. Quick hands. Here's the New Zealand cover. It's kicked ahead by Scott. Out into touch on the ball. And that will be the ball game with 14 seconds to go. And the scrum will hardly have time to pack. But Mick, it's been a good match for 2 reasons. The test coming up in 2 weeks' time, and particularly for the Queensland players. There it is, full time. Scrum won't have time to pack. Tony Gordon, a very, very happy coach, and so he should be. Queensland going down to New Zealand. The Kiwis winning 22 points to 16. From Queensland's point of view, Mick, a good play paper for next week's State of Origin decider, something I think they really needed.
Oh, they definitely needed that. They needed something to G them up again. And let's say this, those youngsters for Queensland, they didn't let it down tonight. That's the best blooding they could ever have against the Kiwi side. They've come up pretty well. They've got to tighten their defence and do all that sort of thing, but they will do it and do it well.
And repeating the full-time score in the Winfield Challenge, New Zealand defeating Queensland in a crackerjack game by 22 points to 16.
Hello Brisbane, I'm Peter O'Brien, the new pilot in the Flying Doctors. This Thursday, the new 1987 series begins.
Okay, band, hit it!
Cooper's Crossing springs to life once more with all your favourite characters, some old...
There's your Queen of the Outback.
Some new.
I reckon.
The new radio operator is he around?
No.
Some extremely surprising.
Don't tell me, is this Violet Carnegie, the golden oldie, in the nicest possible way?
Violet, this is DJ.
The Flying Doctors, warming the hearts of all Australians, 7:30 Thursday on Channel 9.
Something is wrong when the people who've spent their lives securing Australia's future have trouble securing their own. When this country's future don't think they have a future. When families are sinking deeper into poverty. When the safest place on earth is threatened by foreign nuclear bases. Australia's democratic future depends on the Democrats.
For social and economic justice, for a safe and secure future, you can depend on us.
Rio Vista Palms Leisure Villas for the fortunate and friendly life.
Well, the Kiwis winning the Winfield Super Challenge. They grabbed that one by 22 points to 16. A great game at Lang Park. Let's go to the statistics now in the game, and here they are. We find that Queensland grabbed the penalties 8-6, also the scrums 12-10. 4 tries to New Zealand, 3 to Queensland. There were 3 goals kicked for New Zealand, 2 goals kicked for Queensland, and the final scoreline 22 points to 16. Well, a tremendous game of rugby league, some great highlights. Let's go to those now.
The short pass goes to Iro. It's gone back to Dean Bell. He's got Hurrow beside him, and that'll be try number 1. No, it's gone forward, said Eddie Ward. Iro getting out of tackles, still going, and Horrow's put it down. Freeman, Cooper. Oh, here's trouble. It's on the toe. Will it go over the dead ball line? I say it does. No try. Freeman, Cooper, Shelford, Mercer. They're about 5 metres out, New Zealand. Queensland defend again. Harvey. It's gone through Cooper. It's now with Lonigan. It's over the top to Horrow. And that's a try, and that is a well-deserved try. Langer Inside to Craig Marshall. That's 4 tackles gone. Lewis again. On the burst to Scott. Last tackle coming up. Lewis. A chip. It's lost. That's a try. Greg Canescu scored.
That's a try, all right. Played the advantage.
Langer. Up it goes. New Zealand take it well. They've lost it.
G's stolen it from them.
Keith G's come up with possession. Inside the quarter, Queensland have it through Ray, and it's now with Lewis. He'll score. They won't stop the King. He's over. The Emperor of Lane Park is in. Colin Scott's away. It's gone to Langer. He's looking for support. He's found Keith G, but he'll be hit shoulder high, I'd say, by Dean Bell. The crowd are roaring. They didn't like the tackle. It looked all right to me. Langer, Lewis, floats one. It's knocked forward. Referee says play on.
That's a knock on.
Mark Ely is going to score.
Oh, that's off a mistake. That was a knock on.
Now it's moved through Bell. That's shades of Lane Park, an 85, Dean Bell. That's how he scored in the test against Australia. He opened them up at 85. He nearly opened Queensland up there. He's dummied. He's got the pass to Iro. He's got Elia, and Elia will score. That's a good New Zealand try. And the Kiwis hit the front. They now lead by 14 points to 12. They're just outside the Queensland quarter in New Zealand. There's the kick. It's anybody's. It's a try.
Oh, I feel for Gill.
It's a try. Canescu will take it and charge it straight ahead. Now it's reversed to Lewis, to Ray, to Gill, to Clinton Moore. That's a try. Queensland are in, but will...
Well, some great highlights, and the New Zealanders showing that they'll be a force to be reckoned with when the Test match comes up at Lang Park, of course, on July the 21st. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more in just a few moments.
8:30 Thursday, Roddy McDowell guest stars
It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
You must tell me where you find such intricate plots.
on
The New Zealanders winning by 22 points to 16. Let's go down to the dressing room now, and once again, here's Chris Bombolas.
Well, a very happy New Zealand coach, Tony Gordon. Tony, what did you think of the match tonight?
Oh, I'm very relieved it's over. I felt that right in the early stages we missed out on 3 or 4 tries, and then Queensland got away on us, but the boys, the fighting ability came back, and we got there in the end.
You fellas aren't afraid to throw that ball around at all?
No, well, we're not a very big side, so, you know, we like to attack, and that's our natural game, so we like to play it that way.
Test match coming up shortly. Who are the guys to impress you from your side tonight?
Oh, Ross Taylor and young Iro had a real top game. Mercer had a good game at the back, but Elia on the wing, he had a very impressive and done a lot more work than he has done in 2 games. I'm very impressed with his performance tonight.
A lot more improvement to come?
There is a lot more improvement. You know, we've only been together for a week, and now we've got our internationals with us today, and I think Aussie can look forward to a really hard match.
Well, a very confident and happy coach, Tony Gordon.
Thanks very much.
Well, Chris not quite making it to the dressing room, but Tony Gordon on the sideline, and he was stoked about that win, and why not? Well, of course, that 4th State of Origin game, Long Beach, California. You can be there, and this is how you can be on the plane.
5 nights accommodation in...
What a super prize to win. Well, as we said earlier, we can now bring you the Queensland State of Origin side for next Wednesday night's 3rd and final decider at Lang Park. And here it is. Now, I can tell you it's only just arrived, so the selectors took a long time to make just the one change. And there it is. Brian Needling, the man they call Horse, comes into the front row. And, of course, he comes in at the expense of Martin Bella. Some might say Martin's had a bit of a rough trot. He played in the mud at the SCG without his contact lenses. But there the brakes, Needling is in. I thought they may have taken Jacko out of the centres and put him on the wing and put Shearer into the centres. Jackson dropped a bit of ball and threw a couple of other silly passes and missed a couple of tackles, but he gets another chance. So there you are. That's the State of Origin side for Queensland for next Wednesday night. The New South Wales side, the Blues have made a lot of changes, and I reckon this is probably the best side they've put on the paddock all season. Gary Jack at fullback, Brian Johnston comes onto the wing from the centres. They've got Brett Kenny in the centres now with Michael O'Connor. And boy, that's a potent force. Andrew Eddinghausen back from injury. The toughest Cliff Lyons from Manly's at 5'8". Sterling at half, Wayne Pearce, Davidson and Boyle in the second row, and a brand new front row lineup. Well, Daly and Tungsten, Ewan Simmons, of course, is there as the hooker forward. So that's a pretty strong lineup for the New South Wales side. And don't forget, coming up next Wednesday night, we'll bring you that third and final clash live here on Nine's Wide World of Sports from 7:30. And that's the game everyone is looking forward to. We had a great Winfield challenge tonight. If you've just come in late, the Kiwis beat us tonight, 22 points to 16 in a most entertaining rugby league match at Lang Park. I'm Robert Bruff, on behalf of your commentators.
Tonight's match between Queensland and New Zealand was